Hello my friends and welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sana, Mrs. Perfectly Imperfect Keto, where being perfect is overrated and being imperfect is appreciated. I'm sure a lot of you, if you're in the ketovore, carnivore community, you have seen a lot of other influencers simply making meat chips, beef jerky. I have truly been envious because I have been on this carnivore way of eating for 8 months now, and I definitely wanted in on the action. I really truly did not want to invest too much money into purchasing something that I can simply accomplish the beef jerky or the meat chips. So I was really happy when I came across this unit, and we're gonna go ahead and unbox it together. But it is the Nesco Beef Jerky and Food Dehydrator. I had seen this and I'm really excited to see how it does. So I did purchase this at Walmart. It did set me back $85, and luckily it was the last one they had in stock. So I simply just kind of found it yesterday morning, went yesterday evening, and got really lucky with being able to actually score one. The reason being why I also purchased it at Walmart was because I wanted to be able to get it fairly quickly versus purchasing it online, as well as Walmart, they do have a really good return policy. So if I find that it does not work well for me, best believe I have my receipt. I will not have any issues returning it. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this together, and we'll see what this box consists of. So you may not visually see me, but that's okay as long as you all are able to see exactly what I'm unboxing here. So as you can see, it is still sealed up, because I wanted this to be a true unboxing where you all, as well as myself, we're kind of seeing together what this has enclosed in it. There is some information on the box as far as what this box contains. So that was also nice to see, because then you're able to kind of visually see what you are getting. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this out. So let me go ahead and show you all the way they have this boxed up. So they do have it boxed up like this. So if you can see that knot right there on the back, that definitely looks like it might be a good way to kind of pull up the lid as well as pulling up the unit. So let's go ahead and give it a try. It would have definitely been nice if I had another person here to kind of help me pull the box, but we are going to try to do this single. Okay, so we almost have the whole unit out. So as you can see, that top part there was definitely the lid as well as the trays, and that is all simply we had in the box here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that box, and we'll get into the items here. So as you can see, they have this top portion, which is the kind of the main board of this dehydrator. So let's go ahead and turn it around. As you can see, that's the unit right there. So far I am not seeing a manual as of yet. So we'll kind of dig into this and kind of look to see possibly where they might have the manual. So they did have some tape around that knotted bag. All right, so let's go ahead and get this out. So here, as you can see, we have the lid. So on this lid, we have temperature settings, and they do give you almost kind of like a user guide, aside from having the knob be for each temperature setting. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can bring this up close so you all can see, but they have like fruits and vegetables of what temperature you would set it at, nuts and seeds, herbs and spices, jerky, meats and fish. So let me go ahead and give you all a little bit of a sneak peek. So as you can see, they have here those guides on either side. I'm gonna try to see if I can get in focus. Perfect. So aside from the temperature knob, they have that guide. So that's really nice. I'm sure if we can find the manual, they might have the same temperatures reference. So even if you were to lose the manual, that is nice to actually have it right there on the lid. So that was really smart for them to do. As we can see here, we have our shelvings here. So this had mentioned that it came with 5 shelvings. So as you can see, they are all stackable. And I did do a lot of research on this unit, so I'm able to kind of go through the information of letting you all know what I'm seeing here, even without the manual guide. So here they have these sheets that are available that you can put in the tray. So simply, these would just go simply like this, right onto the tray. Because what this is being used for, think of the days of fruit roll-ups. You can simply puree, especially on ketovore, you can puree whatever you like. Think of strawberry, think of blueberry, raspberry. You are able to puree those fruits, pour it on this lining here. I know there was a suggestion to rub it down with possibly like some avocado oil, just to kind of make it a little bit more easier to be able to pull up that dehydrated fruit that is going to simply be like your fruit leather, if you will, or fruit roll up. You can definitely pour that on here and be able to have it contained, because as you can see, this has a little dip of a ridge, so it does have some depth to it that you can easily pour this, keep it contained almost like a plated bowl, and still be able to accomplish some good fruit leather. So I would be interested to try that for my keto family members. Even though I've been carnivore for over 8 months now, my husband as well as my kids, they are actively going over 4 years now keto still. So this is simply going to be the additional racks, as I said. So this unit definitely comes with the 5. They do also contain these right here. So these I had seen, they are netted. So these I had researched and saw that this is if you're dealing with anything that might be a little bit sticky or tacky. You can definitely put it on this, and it kind of prevents with this netted material, it kind of prevents in a way less stickage than if you were to use, say for example, the regular tray itself. So I thought that was nice, especially for $85 coming with all these additional accessories. I thought this was really impressive for that reason. We're gonna go ahead and just take off the rest of the trays because I am actually visually seeing that user manual at the very bottom of the tray here. So it was right at the base. And as you can see, I am easily stacking these. So that's the nice thing too, because think of when you have all of your meat or your fruits that you're gonna dehydrate. This was really quick, as you can see, and very easy to just get them all stacked together. So it looks like they do have an original jerky seasoning kit that this comes with. It might have wonky ingredients that I have to stay away from, so I'm gonna have to take a look at what exactly is the ingredient listing in here. But it's nice that they have it. It says that it is a seasoning that allows to season 2 pounds of meat, so they have it printed right on the package here. I will see possibly if it's seasoning that I can incorporate for my keto household. We'll just kind of have to see about it. And then they also have a packet. It says that it is Jerky Cure, and it does allow for 2 pounds of ground meat, and you do have to use 1 packet of the seasoning as well as this cure. So these actually are a combo that is used to make jerky the way that they're suggesting. So it's simply just, letting you know that you just form the meat into strips or sticks using Jerky Works kit. And it just says, you're going to be able to use this dehydrator. And the suggestion is to do the 1 spice, which would be this kit right here, and the 1 cure packet with half a cup of water, and simply adding the thin sliced meat or ground meat, and to marinate it anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. So it's saying do not mix the spice and the cure until just prior to use. So they do give suggestions and instructions when it comes to that. So as you can see, we have the base here. So it does have a little bit of a base to it as far as these little bit of pedestal at the bottom here. So as we can see, this all is just really quickly and easily going on this base. So as you can see, that was just really simple and easy to accomplish. So they do have this Nesco Your Key Ingredient Dehydrator recipe and instructions. So it does have a full-on user guide as well as possible recipes that you can follow. So just to kind of get into this a little bit, because as you all saw, this is the first time I am actually getting into this myself. So they do have basic suggestions as far as when it comes to these accessories. This, they are also showing it could be used for the herbs as well as producing your own seasoning. So these would be the flexible plastic mesh screens that bend easily to remove sticky food. It says that it's perfect for dehydrating fruits such as pineapples. So this would more so be, say if you were not going to puree your strawberries, you can simply just place sliced strawberry on this mesh netting, and it would allow for you to be able to bend this easily to get those strawberries off without having to try to peel them really sticky on that standard tray here. So I can definitely see how that would be easier, as well as the netting is really tightly netted. So as you can see, this net, all the lining is very tight and close together, which would make it so much easier, because imagine putting your strawberry on this. I can imagine that it would be very, very difficult to peel it off of this, especially because it really feels almost delicate in a way, and it does not seem like it would have that bendable advantage like this mesh would have to peel it off. So that's nice that they thought to include something like this bendable mesh, because it definitely makes it easy as well as convenient, as they are mentioning right here. So the other item we went through, it was most definitely what they call their fruit roll sheets. So this would have been these 2 sheets here that they have that is simply for a fruit roll sheet. So it simply just says that they are smooth, flexible, they are plastic trays which feature a no spill lip. So that's that depth we had talked about here. And it's showing here that you can use it for fruit puree, sauces, as well as soups. So you can simply dehydrate any of those if you want to have it in a fruit roll-up type of form. And it's just going on to say that you're able to dehydrate up to 3 cups of pureed fruit per tray. And that is a lot. So definitely think of this circumference. It holds 3 cups worth. So that is definitely a lot when it comes to it being able to hold 3 cups worth. Visually, we might have not known or thought of that, but that is really convenient that it's definitely getting a lot done, because imagine they're giving us 2, so we're able to get 6 cups worth of pureed fruit of our choice as a fruit roll up, or a fruit roll sheet as they call it. And you can also add a tray. So if you go, on Amazon, if you go on the Nesco website, I'm sure you'll be able to find these trays, because you can definitely go ahead and expand this unit. Thankfully, they have it very versatile, that if you feel that these trays that you're getting, these 5, if they are not sufficient enough for you, you can definitely add additional trays. So that is really nice and convenient, because it simply says add a tray. Nesco add a trays lets you expand the capacity of your current Nesco dehydrator, which comes in handy during harvest time or during jerky making marathons. Each tray is made of premium food grade plastic for extra durability and longer life. So it's nice that they have that option to be able to add more, because think of how nice and convenient this unit is. It's going to definitely not take up a lot of counter space for me. I do have a fairly small kitchen, so that is why I was attracted to this. I can easily store this away in my cabinetry without any problems at all. That's not something I would have been able to do with a very heavy unit. And look at how easily I can lift up this unit. Like, even if I had to deal with this lid, as you can see, has a handle. It is not heavy at all. So figuring putting this lid on these trays here, I am still able to very easily be able to lift up this unit off the countertop after using it and being able to store it away. I cannot do that with a lot of the very heavy, bulky units that are out there. So even though some of the other units, they might have been more visually appealing, I would really be interested to see how this ends up working out, because if it does have optimal quality as far as what it can achieve when it comes to those fruit rolls for my keto family members, as well as possibly some meat jerky, as well as meat chips for all of us, I would be really happy with this unit then, because so far I am pleased with what I've just kind of unboxed here. I was happy to share it with you all. I'm going to see if there's any other information we can kind of go ahead and cover in here. Okay, so they do have a table of contents. So I don't want to visually show what their recipes might be, because I definitely want to adhere to whatever copyright there might be out there. But I'm sure if you were going to look for any sort of recipes, I'm sure you possibly can find them somewhere on the internet. But just to kind of go through, they do have a lot of suggestions when it comes to drying fruits. They have different recipes when it comes to the fruit rolls, and they do have your average drying time. So dependent on the fruits, they do have the average drying time that could be expected. Depending on the preparation route that you took for that given fruit, they have information for drying vegetables, same thing, depending on the veggie, depending on how you prepped it. So the preparation would be the thickness is what they are referring to, the average drying time, and so on. So they go through a tons of veggies, and then my main interest is going to be the jerky. So they do go through some information about the jerky, drying cooked meat as well, aside from the raw meat, drying fish. So you can also dehydrate fish with it. Then they go into the drying of the herbs, and it's the same thing, the preparation, And they just go through drying food in general. So they go through energy bars. There is a recipe for energy bars, bran muffins. So there's definitely a lot that could be accomplished with this. They go through, if you're going to make a banana bread, the process that you can go through, incorporating this as well as your oven to fully accomplish this recipe. There is tons of options going on to soup, recipes for the fruit rolls, and also think of crafts. This also has a section of drying for the purpose of crafting. The suggestion that they have in here is dried flowers. So think of when you had a special occasion and you have flowers that you're wanting to keep. This will allow preservation through that drying process for that special occasion, whether it was like a 50th anniversary, something that was a real milestone. You can dehydrate those flowers and be able to preserve them. But it goes on and on of different crafts like an apple wreath, potpourri. Think of potpourri. Potpourri is dry, floral, it's scented, and you're able to choose the type of oils that you want to scent that potpourri with. So it allows you to really personalize your scented potpourri. So I am really happy with this purchase so far. I will do an updated video as far as sharing with you all the cooking process as well as simply the quality and results when it comes to using this Nesco Food and Jerky Dehydrator. I want to thank you all, friends, for joining me for this unboxing. I am super excited about this purchase, especially being well under $90 for this purchase. As always, friends, I appreciate you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, friends.